Brilliant win tonight. What did you make of it?
We deserved it. Obviously, it wasn't a spectacle by any means. The pitch didn't lend itself to that. It was quite bitty, but we tried to get the ball down and play. Obviously, had to deal with their game plan of just going long and working off scraps, which I thought we coped with quite comfortably. Look, it was all about winning tonight. I thought we were a better team and we deserved it. So I think it was justice tonight.
And Inger's dispatching that penalty. He loves a penalty.
Yeah, and again, it wasn't easy because obviously the penalty spot a bit at this time of year is a little bit cut up and stuff, so the pressure was on. But yeah, if you're going to get a penalty at that stage of the game, you're quite happy with Inger's taking it because he normally puts them in the net like he has done tonight. And I thought we then see the game out really well. And it was a game of very few chances, but it looked like we was really close to maybe getting another chance. It could have gone that way, and we could have probably won a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, it was massive for us tonight. Obviously, the frustrating season we've had in the league, it's important to do well in the cups, which we have done. With obviously FA Cup, we've had an unbelievable run in it this year, and the Premier Cup is silverware at the end of the day. It's the Suffolk Premier Cup, and we want to win it every time we go into it, and we've won it twice already in the last 2 years, 4 times in our history, and we'll be looking to make it 3 on the bout.
It was a similar tight game to the game on Monday, but do you think we dominated it?
I thought we was the better team, yeah. I don't think it was a very good game, but I thought we showed glimpses of more quality. We tried to get it down, we got the ball out wide at times, so we did try to play. I said to the lads, for us to win this, we're going to have to be brave and try and play still on a difficult pitch, which I thought we did. You get your rewards in the end. Handball, penalty or not a penalty, I don't know, and in all honesty, I don't care.
Is it more pleasing to have beaten them, Leiston, in both cups that we're playing them in this year, or would you rather?
Look, I'm not going to lie to you, I'd rather have had a successful league campaign like they have, but their league campaign's still not over, obviously, so we would have loved to have been higher and going into the playoffs and trying to get promoted, of course, but we weren't, so the second best was to have good cup runs, which we've done, and we're in another Suffolk Premier Cup final, which is pleasing. It's about going and finishing the job off now. Obviously, the other semi-finals tomorrow, we don't know who we got yet, but we'll have to be on it. I know they're from the step below, but they're both good teams in their own right, so we'll look forward to the final now. We've obviously got a couple of away games to deal with in between, and then we can really look forward to it.
But looking ahead to that final, it'll be our 3rd in a row. How pleasing is that?
Yes, look, as players, as managers, you want to be successful and win silverware, and if that's in the Premier Cup, which is a cup competition that we hold in high esteem, like I say, we've won it the last 2 years, so to win it a 3rd would be massive for the football club. It's a massive statement. So yeah, we were going all guns out. Hopefully, we have got a lot of injuries, but we'll see where people are at. We've got a game Thursday up at Hendersford, then obviously our last one away to Barwell, which we wish would have been a little bit kinder on us in terms of the travelling and the injuries, but it is what it is. Will it mean a couple of younger lads getting opportunities? Probably, and then we'll see where we're at for the final to try and go and, like I say, win the Premier Cup for the third time in a row.
Solid defensively tonight. That obviously set the platform to go on and dominate.
Yeah, we have been all season really. We've not lost by many. In the games that we've lost, it's only been the odd goal. We have been pretty sound defensively. We've just not scored enough. Thankfully, we only had to score 1 tonight because I can't really remember them having a chance. If I'm totally honest, I thought the defenders headed everything they threw into the box and dealt with every long ball that they threw at us. So it was a good defensive performance. And attacking wise, we looked dangerous, but just couldn't really get that gilt-edged chance. And obviously, then we get the penalty. So yeah, it's a good night's work for the lads. So I'm proud of them.
A game every 2 days now, with the longest trip of the season up on Thursday, as you talked about. How important is it that we rest and recuperate quickly for that? Yeah, we we're not going to take risks and throw lads in that are carrying knocks. It'd be silly of me. Obviously, we risk Kieran a little bit tonight. His groin is sore, but he's got through it, and he was massive for us tonight. It's about finishing the season off as well as we can. Look, these 2 games, Thursday and Saturday, I'm not throwing that in. I want us to have good standards, and we'll go up there to try and win the games with the personnel that we've got available. I want to finish the season with as many points as we can accumulate now. So
Thursday and Saturday aren't me just throwing games away. We're going to go there and try and win.
And you have that added luxury of a few under 23s, 18s players that haven't really played much or at all for first team.
Yeah, there's a couple that have obviously we signed on early on in the season, so I'll just see where we are. Obviously, there's a couple with knocks and bags of ice on them at the minute, but I'll know more tomorrow, and then we'll come up with a squad to travel up to Hendersford, and like I say, we want to get 6 points if we can. We're not happy with where we finished in the league this year. We're not happy with our points total. We fell below where we should be. So this is a chance to get 6 points. So that's how we'll approach it.
And with the injury list, it makes it even more pleasing to have came through tonight and not have anything in the league to play for.
Yeah, look, it's pleasing that we're obviously safe. We wouldn't have wanted to go into these 2 games needing points. So it was nice that the league position is secured, obviously before them too. So and we can go there with a little bit of freedom, with the pressure gone, and with a cup final to look forward to.
Cheers, Kev.
Cheers, mate.
In another Premier Cup final, what do you make of it?
Yeah, 3rd year in a row, so it's good stuff. Terrible game, hard to watch for the spectators, I imagine. The pitch wasn't great, but we dug deep, battled hard, and came out with the right results. That's the most important thing, into another final, like you say.
As a defender, the important thing was to keep a clean sheet, and that built the platform.
Yeah, we've kept quite a few clean sheets this year. I think throughout the season we've defended really well as a back 4, 5. We've done really well, if I include Marco in that. So we've had a good year defensively. I think we've all put in a good stint in throughout the year. So something to build on moving forward, definitely.
And after the game 8 days ago, to have lost in the last minute, how much pleasing is it to come out on top this time?
Yeah, I mean, Leiston sucker punched us twice this year, haven't they? So they scored in the last minute against us twice, or in sort of an extra time twice. So, we've beaten them in 2 cup games, but we'd like to have beaten them all 4. So it's nice to finish with a win against them at least, but, hopefully next year we do it every time we meet as opposed to 2 out of 4.
Yeah, definitely. But would you, if you had the choice of the 2 cup games or the 2 league games, would you pick the league games or the cup?
I'd choose every game. I think, as a player, you don't want to lose any games, so I'd like to have won them all. Really, I think we've played well enough in the games to win them all. I think Leiston have not outplayed us in any of the games, but like you say, they've scored late goals, and they've had that all year. They've scored goals all year, so credit to them where credit's due. They've got the ability to score goals, and they have against us. So, yeah.
Yeah, could you say that they've taken their chances a bit more than we have over the season?
Well, you've got to say that they've scored something like 80 odd goals, haven't they? So, you don't score 80 odd goals without taking your chances, and they've got some quality players up front. Finley, Barnes and Will Davis scored loads. Folkesy's come in a good time for them and gave them a little boost and scored a lot of goals. Millsy's cropped up with some important goals. Joe Marsden scored goals. So, they've got some players who can score goals, so every team needs them, and they've got quite a few, so it's, that's why they've been doing such.
Yeah, into being in the 3rd straight Premier Cup final, that makes the season look a bit better with the league.
Winning the cup final will make the season look a bit better. I mean, don't get nothing for 2nd place, so if we win the cup final, it'll have been a good year, so hopefully that's the case. Hopefully we push on and we win it.
And it's a case of just not being complacent in the final with the other semi-final being 2 teams league below.
Yeah, well, I've lost to Bury in the semi-final before, so you can't take teams from the league below for granted. They'll be up for it, or Stowe, whoever gets through, they'll both be up for it. So we've got to take them seriously. I think it was before we've been on this run of winning the last 2. We lost to Bury in the semi-final away at Sudbury. So you can't take nothing for granted when playing teams from a lower division.
And despite how disappointing the league has been for us this season, is it obviously good to have got survival out the way?
Yeah, I think it's a relief. I said on Saturday, I think, we never felt as a group that we're ever relegation candidates. We feel like as a group we should be at the other end of the table. That's just not materialised, and sometimes that happens. Seasons go awry, but next year we'll look to build on what's been a good defensive year for us. Like I say, at the back, we've not conceded many goals. We've had a lot of clean sheets, so we'll look to build on that next year and hopefully get things firing at the other end, and hopefully be at the other end of the table as well.
Yeah, like you say, if you look on the league table, we're probably 3rd, 4th, 5th best defence all season.
Yeah, which, considering where we are in the league, 2 above or 3 above relegation, is that's a considerable stat really, and it's a credit to the guys who have been in defence throughout the year. The multiple players who have played at different times in the back four, and Marco in goal. So I think defensively we can't complain too much, but goals win your games. So clean sheets don't win your games, goals win your games. So at that end we've sort of been unfortunate in a lot of situations, but we need to hopefully improve next year.
I was going to say, as a defender, it's obviously the pleasing part to have that stacked to your bow, really.
I can say that as a defender it looks good for me, but at the end of the day it's a team game. I don't win us anything or don't lose us anything on my own. So it's 11 players, and we have to all come together and take responsibility for the good defending as a team and poor attacking as a team.
Cheers, Dan.
No worries.